facing the police every single day.
And we begin with new developments in the case of a Broward Sheriff's deputy who was caught on camera assaulting a handcuffed inmate.
That deputy has now been charged. Local 10 News reporter Alex Finney joins us live with the details. Alex.
And that deputy has been charged by the state, charged with misdemeanor battery. One thing we've learned is Deputy Serino has been with the Broward Sheriff's Office for 4.5 years. The Broward Sheriff's Office, we did press them a little bit earlier today for more information as this news broke just hours ago. They said at this point they are still working to gather new details. Deputy Jorge Sobrino is seen punching inmate David Rafferty O'Connell in the head. This was on January 1st at Broward Health North. O'Connell was in the hospital after being arrested for trying to fight an employee at a Walmart in Pompano Beach. He was admitted for a wellness check. Now in this body cam video, O'Connell is seen screaming that he wants to leave. And within seconds, you see Deputy Sobrino punching O'Connell while he is still handcuffed to the bed. The profanity-laced exchange and screaming continues. Officer Sobrino knew he was being recorded, even at one point pointing to the camera. The Broward Sheriff's Office acting swiftly following the incident, saying, quote, Sheriff Gregory Toney immediately suspended him without pay. Until Deputy Sobrino's criminal case is concluded, BSO Internal Affairs case remains open. At Local 10, we have been following this for you since it first broke just a few months ago, and we're going to continue to do that. As for Deputy Serino, we know that he is expected in Broward Court within the next few weeks. Still no date has been decided just yet, but if he is convicted, he does face a year behind bars. We are live at the Broward Sheriff's Office tonight. Alex Finney, Local 10 News.
Cop arrested after video showed him beat man chained to a hospital bed, then lie about it. A Broward County deputy has been arrested after he filmed himself beating a man chained to a hospital bed and lying about it in the report. Broward County, FL. The deputies of Broward Sheriff's Office in Florida have created a terrible image of themselves over the past several years. From cowering behind a wall while children were murdered in a school to sexually assaulting children to torturing people with their canines, the department has tarnished the image of public servants everywhere. Now, as yet another disturbing video shows, we can add beating people chained to a hospital bed to the list. But the city has had enough and now they are charging these bad cops. On Friday, the Broward State Attorney's Office announced that they have charged Deputy Jorge Sobrino on one count of battery for his sadistic act caught on video. According to the Broward Public Defender's Office, Sobrino needlessly used excessive force against 27-year-old David Rafferty O'Connell earlier this year as O'Connell was being checked out in a hospital. On January 1, O'Connell and a woman were arrested at a Walmart in Pompano Beach for allegedly trying to return ink cartridges fraudulently. O'Connell was brought to the hospital to be medically cleared before being transported to jail. Sobrino was the officer in the hospital room with O'Connell. The officer had taken his body camera off and placed it on a nearby table, but it still recorded his actions. As the video shows, O'Connell is chained to the bed and is asking repeatedly to leave the hospital, but Sobrino tells him he needs to be cleared first. At one point, O'Connell had to use the bathroom but was told he would have to stay chained to the bed to do so. O'Connell had to urinate in the bed, so he got to his knees and tried to go in the urinal made for the bed. According to the Public Defender's Office, some of the urine inadvertently spilled out onto the bed, so O'Connell had to reposition himself as not to get urine on him. While chained to a bed and forced to sit in his own urine, O'Connell continues telling Sobrino that he does not want to be there, swearing at the officer in the process. The swearing caused Sobrino to snap and he walks over to O'Connell and begins punching him for no reason. He then handcuffed the man's other hand to the hospital bed. He could be heard in the video saying, "Yeah, I just hit you again." Sobrino would then arrest O'Connell on charges of disorderly conduct, battery on a law enforcement officer and resisting an officer without violence, falsely claiming that O'Connell attacked him. While awaiting medical clearance, the defendant began yelling inside the hospital and attempting to stand from his hospital bed. When attempting to seat the defendant down on the hospital bed and further restrain him, the defendant intentionally placed his hand on my upper chest against my will and pushed me, therefore committing a battery against my person, Sobrino wrote in the arrest report. But this never happened. Sobrino was lying. Deputy Sobrino's version of the incident vastly differs from the facts as displayed in the video. The video shows clear police abuse. Broward Public Defender Howard Finkelstein and Executive Chief Assistant Public Defender Gordon Weeks said in a letter to Broward Sheriff Gregory Toney this week. Deputy Sobrino punched Mr. O'Connell in the face without physical provocation because he was frustrated with Mr. O'Connell. Punching a restrained individual who is not physically aggressive is unacceptable. All the charges against O'Connell have been dropped except for the one stemming from the incident at Walmart. It's clear that he exceeded the level of force that was necessary by punching him in the face. But when he then went and arrested him for battery on a law enforcement officer, when there were no facts to suggest that the battery had occurred, he was then trying to protect himself from his own wrongdoing, Weeks told NBC6 at the time. Despite the letter, the video, and the news coverage of one of their own beating a handcuffed man in a hospital room, the BSO refused to take action. Only after the video was publicly released did any investigation take place. Our Division of Internal Affairs immediately opened a preliminary investigation after receiving a letter today from the Office of the Public Defender lodging a complaint about use of force during an arrest incident that occurred back on January 1, 2019, BSO spokesperson Veda Coleman Wright said in a statement in April. Below is a video showing what a culture of violence and corruption inside a department looks like. Had video not existed of this incident, rest assured, no one would have believed O'Connell and he would be facing a slew of false charges.
Dude, I don't want to fucking be here. Why am I here? Dude, the doctor is not gonna fucking come. Like, it's gonna fucking take forever. I was just here last night. Dude, why can't you just fucking come here, sign my paper, and then I go? Dude, I'm not trying to give you a hard time in particular. I just want to fucking leave. I gotta sit here as long as you can. Yeah, but you don't. Just tell them I don't want to fucking be here. Hey, I don't want to be here. I don't want to be here. I don't want to be here. I want to sign off. I want to sign off. Fuck, dude, come on, bro. Now you're gonna fucking go somewhere and beat my ass again. Now you're gonna fucking beat my ass again. He's gonna beat my ass. Sit down. He's gonna beat my ass again. Shut up. Fuck you, bro. Sit down. Fuck you. Sit down. Fuck you. What, you think you're all big now that you're a fucking college or almost? Fuck you. Yo! Stop! Fuck! Fuck! Come in here! I'm not fucking touching you! Yo! Fuck! Come in here! Fuck! I need a fucking... Stop! Fuck! I'm stopping! I'm stopping! Fuck! What the fuck? I'm not doing anything. Lay down on the ground. I'm not doing anything. I'm not doing anything. Lay on the bed. Okay, how do you want to lay? How do you want to lay? Just like that. Okay. Fuck, dude. You know you're not fucking doing anything. You're fucking trying me, bro. Why are you doing that shit? Huh? Don't you already fucking up my faces, bro? I'll fuck it up again if you make me, dog. Bro. Everything I've done to you, you bro, fucking make me do. Fucking doctor in here, man. Please, come in here. Please. Come in here! Come, I need a doc. Yo, come here! He's fucking beating my ass, man! Come here! Right there, bro. We got everything, dude. Okay, please run the fucking cameras back, bro! Fuck. Please! Now that the fucking shit's rolling here, you're gonna fucking do shit! Yo, he just fucking beat my ass! Sit back. I'm sitting back. Fuck you! Yeah, because I'm in fucking cuffs, bro. The only reason you're not getting your ass again is fucking because again, yeah, again. Yeah, I just hit you again. Again. Fuck, man, why can't you have a fucking doctor in here, bro? Fucking abusive ass fucking cops, bro. What the fuck is wrong with you, for real? Seriously. What, you think because you're a cop? Like, when did you become a cop? I'm talking to you for real. When did you become a cop? I don't care for that. You're talking for real. When did you become a cop? When?
You need to stop, relax, and
When
calm
did you become
down.
a cop?
So we can get all this done.
You fucking.
You have no
You really like
reason
beating
to
ass? You like beating ass, and now your friend's gonna come up here and beat my ass too? Like, for real. Why do you like that shit, bro? Why do you like that shit? Huh? Why? Yo, hey, can you please come in here? Please, come in here. Please, bro, please come in here, man. Hey, man, please come in here. Bro, these fucking cops are beating my ass, bro. Please. He just said he's gonna beat my ass again. Please have the door open, bro. Please, they're fucking beating my ass again, bro. I am gonna fucking be quiet. I just want you to fucking be in here. Hey, listen. You know there's abusive cops out there. Hey, ma'am, please just have somebody else in here with me. Please, they fucking...
Nobody can stay with you. We're going to be releasing you to them anyway.
They keep beating my ass, bro.
Just be quiet.
Can I just get out of here then?
You're in their custody.
I know.
Can't do anything with you.
They won't let me leave. Can I just leave and go to jail? I just want to go to jail.
Well, I'm waiting on the doctor.
Like, they're gonna keep beating my ass in here with those.
Stop yelling.
I'm not yelling. Just keep the windows open. Please keep the door open.
Listen to me. I want you to understand this.
Just stop beating
That makes me hit you again.
my ass.
That's
Oh
hard.
yeah,
Every
yelling,
single time.
yelling, beat my ass.
Not gonna hit again.
Yelling makes you beat my
You
ass.
know exactly what you did, and you know exactly
What did I do?
I'll hit you again as many
What did
times
I do?
as you because it is what I do.
What did I do? It's what you do for a living. You beat ass for a living. What the fuck is wrong with these cops? Like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
This? Yeah. Oh, the registration.
Like, holy shit, that's what you do for a living. Like, do you guys not hear this shit? That's what you do for a living. Holy shit, what the fuck is wrong with him? Why do you work with this shit, man? And you're just gonna...
I think the best thing you can do right now is just be quiet, right?
Dude, what's wrong with this dude? He got beat up in high school? Like, is that what happened? He got beat up in high school? Yeah? Now you're laughing like you fucking know. Holy shit. Well, you stare at me and I'm so bad. Me too.
Hey Sheriff County, this is Sheriff County COPWATCH. I am using any video here with under fair use if you have criticism, reporting, teaching, etc. And please donate. I do not make money from YouTube, and there are different ways to donate in the video links. Thanks.